All right, let's look at homework 9, problem number 10. All right, so we're going to use the method of variation of parameters to find a particular solution of this differential equation. All right, so let's find the characteristic equation. So characteristic equation, it's going to be r squared minus 4, right? Which can be factored out as r plus 2 and the quantity r minus 2, right? So this is equal to 0, right? So this is going to give us r equals, right, negative 2 and a positive 2, right? So we know that we can have y1 to be e to the negative 2x and y2 to be e to the positive 2x. Right, then we can find the Wronskian from there. So it's going to be a Wronskian of y1 comma y2 would be, right, maybe I'm going to go down here. All right, so it's going to be a determinant of, all right, so y1 e to the negative 2x, y2 e to the 2x, and derivative of that is negative 2 e to the negative 2x, and a 2 e to the 2x, right? So this is going to be, right, so this times that would be, let's see, these cancel out, so you're just going to get 2 minus, right? So cancel them out, so it's a minus negative 2, so it's going to be a plus 2. So Wronskian turns out to be just 4, right? So let's find the first term, which is going to be, let's see if we remember, first term, maybe I'm going to call it I1, right? Remember that it's negative, right? And y1, so it's going to be e to the negative 2x, right? Integral y2, so e to the 2x multiplied by right hand side, which is x e to the x, so x e to the x, right, divided by 4 dx. Right, so let's compute that. I'm gonna pull 4 outside, so it's going to be let's see, 1 over 4 outside, so it's a negative e to the negative 2x over 4, right? Then we have an integral x e to the 3x dx. All right, so we're gonna have to use the integration by parts here to evaluate it. So I'm gonna do it here. So let u be x and a dv to be e to the 3x dx, right? So if you take the derivative of u, you get the du over dx. Derivative of x is 1. So we can multiply both sides by dx, so that the du is equal to dx. right? And divide through by, right, dx, divide through by dx, we get the dv over dx, which is equal to e to the 3x, right? But the derivative of v is e to the 3x. We can take the antiderivative to find the v. So v is equal to antiderivative of e to the 3x would be e to the 3x over 3. All right, so let's do that. So we need, let's see, we need u, and we need the du and also v. All right, so this is going to be, all right, so this guy is outside, e to the negative 2x over 4, right? Then integration by parts, so this is going to be, I'm going to just put the curly bracket, right? So this times that, so it's going to be 1/3 x e to the 3x, all right, and minus integral of, right, v du, so this times that, so it's going to be e to the 3x over 3 dx. All right, so we have that. All right, then we can just go ahead and finish this integration. So it's a negative e to the negative 2x. Actually, hold on a sec. I'm gonna just do this. All right, since the antiderivative of this is easy to find, so this is going to be equal to e to the 3x over 9, right? Antiderivative, actually. Right, this guy right here. Right, this guy right here is simply e to the 3x over 9, right? Because 3 was already there. So why not simplify that? So this is going to be, right? So this guy multiplied by that, it's going to be negative, right? And it's going to be 1 over 12. That's 4 times 3. Then you have x. Then e to the negative 2x times e to the 3x would be just e to the x. All right. And here, so negative, negative, so it's going to be positive. Right, 4 times 9 is 36. And 1. And let's see, e to the negative 2x times e to 3x is again e to the x. All right, so we got that. And if you want, since both of these guys have e to the x in there, we can probably pull that out and write it as, so I'm going to just pull this guy out. All right, then move this guy a bit closer, like this. All right, then I'm going to have to put the parentheses here. And maybe here. All right, so that's that. All right, let's do the second part. So I'm gonna call that part I2. Right, I2 is y2, which is e to the 2x integral y1, sorry, e to the negative 2x times f of x is e to the x all over 4, right, dx. Right, so this is going to be equal to, right, so pull out the 4, so e to the 2x over 4, right, then we need to integrate x e to the negative x dx, right? Again, integration by parts. So I'm gonna let u equals x. Actually, I'm gonna reuse this. All right, u equals x is exactly the same, so you're gonna get exactly the same thing here. But I think a dv is going to be now e to the negative x dx. So divide through by dx, we get the dv over dx, which is equal to e to the negative x. So we can take the antiderivative with respect to x to find v. So v is e to the negative x divided by negative 1, so it's negative e to the x, right? So this is going to be our new v, right? So using the integration by parts, we have e to the 2x over 4, right? Then uv would be negative x e to the negative x minus, right, v du. There's a negative sign, so I'm going to turn into a positive sign, integral, right? Then it's going to be e to the negative x dx, right? But integral here is simply e to the negative x with a negative sign. All right, so if you multiply out, you're going to get, right? So you have a e to the 2x times e to the negative x gives you e to the x. And the same thing, you have e to the 2x and you have e to the negative x, you're going to get e to the x. So both terms have e to the x. So I'll just write that down. All right, then first one is simply negative 1/4 x, right? And the second term is going to be still negative 1/4. So it's a negative 1/4. All right, then yp that we're looking for. So y sub p is just a combination of I1 and I2. So this is going to be, right? So we're going to combine this. So 1/4 is same thing as 3 over 12. So negative 3 over 12 minus 1 over 12. So it's going to be 4 over 12. So it's going to be negative 1/3, right? All right, so you have, let's see, 1 over 36, all right? So this is negative 9 over 36, which is the same thing as negative 1 over 4, all right? So negative 9, so it's going to be negative 8 over 36. So it's going to be negative 8 over 36 is equivalent to, let's see, divide by 4, 2 over 9. Right, sorry, I forgot x here. All right, and then both of them has e to the x. All right, then to make it a little bit cleaner, we can pull out, say, negative 9. Yeah, so negative 1 over 9. All right, so this is going to be, let's see, 3x, and that's going to be plus 2. Then you have e to the x, right? So that's the y sub p that we're looking for, and we can obtain by the variation of parameters. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.